no pay Kessben Yashafo any for Dinano Yadasa Yafro Wajeso. NDC National Delegates Congress a berry year with a new crop of leaders all my year. Uti NDC supporters in FT teaching bench by Namo Stadium home new Jim Communina Coco. Ye power 2024 nti omo ayeyi wo mo no yenim so betimi am power. So once I say the team omo ye offer from the chairman see the youth organizer and all the leaders are will you say NDC are you ready for power 2024?
Well, many am me now say na me chair for so abu. I can say it looks like or parties now they have elected individuals.
Okay.
I say and I have so meet me as a team
okay.
And no another thing. Individuals are more elected or man as you media power or party. In fact, a majority of them will share or national head office open.
Yeah.
And it's a whole year baby. I feel now more for the first time. It will share there. So much me put self together as a team and work together. Mijidi is they look very formidable. But there's something that Nkofo and Faomoni share. If you look at the 2020 elections, 2020 elections, it was in two folds. Oshe presidential, no parliamentary. Presidential, it wasn't that close as people think. And say parliamentary ni close to me. You know, in Ghana, elections do na time could be under the 1992 constitution. If we say Oshe change of government ne senior ACA hununua. So will be a winning first round. It means the person really won, and with about 500 or so thousand votes, the presidential was quite different from the parliamentary. And it's Adia Bakwa Amwa MPP or parliamentary, they had a good team that won the presidential. However, the Brana parliamentary person, you could see say na amount for to Obama parliamentarians, Oman share economy. That's why Uko Central Regional Benya constituencies degree and another winning the parliamentary candidate Elusu. One of the main problems was that, and I'm beginning to see that in NDC, they have to work on it quickly, was that there was a time within the MPP, because everybody wanted the power and it was the right thing. Say, Ekobasa, Yeshese be a presidential candidate or Hono. Say, oh, Nina Fa, Ayana man for Enshadani Wuni Yesa. However, you may have a situation in constituencies. Maybe example, there's a candidate who may not be with former President Mahama, but on between I gonna vote, and after between I vote to me, I win the seat. And looking at the Oshe near Corso conference, Nasia, it appears that if you were not in Mahama's camp or something, if they take that to the constituencies, it's going to affect them negatively. I am looking at how they will manage that in the constituency elections.
Okay.
To the extent that Nkobase, if you are not with this camp, you are not winning.
Okay.
Because Ebanes is going to affect them.
Hey, Doctor, what can we boom? But individual analysis, kakra. We have a certain Katia, a very experienced politician. I said, don't get here. Okama year 1902 constitution or play a very significant role. Why year 3 terms member of parliament. Wabe general secretary for longer period, almost about 12 years, and they were by chairman. About election more any BBA or Ofa obiti fifi kotea. MPP ni bia ATM in him say. Aduma fifi a year no 2007 2008 election mu. As national propaganda secretary, he play role. Emma Ghana Fadri almost said, Mambeneda could force a good reserve with Nako Guabruche, Womo, MPP for Bogana, Emma Mampenimos, every need 2008 elections against Nanado. Ofo to say Joseph Yamin, former Santa Regional Deputy Minister, former Deputy Sports Minister, and the comment and the reaction normally at the point in interview or Kessben Kumasi or say Abanokro Beto no na ebi beto half. Very aggressive when it comes to politics and very experienced as well. Osan a very Obibaka a handsome man and Osan a very hard worker, very dedicated person. Ah baby Obiano or ya there utum send and yabre. Over it is a Hanabisiwa or a very experienced person. Was sure be a finia or uncle 2020 elections more 2024 was a party for the say on San Koyebio. I Pablo any team no. Compare them with MPP National Executive because one of your main competitors. Can
say? If you look at the two,
yeah,
we will say MPP. This particular team, some members of the team are winning elections in Spain.
okay.
And a be monso, winning elections in Spain, lose elections in Spain. But majority of them, no, we share time winning election in situation now. Difference about Mukakra. We know someone like Fifi Kote in 2007.
Yeah.
Over elections, now he was so influential.
Yeah.
But after that, for call parliament, now no. In Zambia no. Over near
Yeah.
I doubt whether because our baggage kakra.
Opa Chelsea the okay no yes.
So now when you are coming back and people are playing the voices back to you, when some cannot the way they would take it. So
okay.
they would have to they would have to sit down and get a balance. Another thing, who's a okay cano, will be any but they will need a balance.
Okay.
They will need a balance. The situation end to set first on view. But if you compare that to the MPP also they have people who won the just ended elections still on the team. And if you look at them, it appears also the leaders, Nwankasa chairman, secretary coming down, then it appears that the NDC might have a little bit of experience and exposure.
Okay.
But one of the things that you cannot also ignore is that the MPP team, they were part of the winning team.
Okay.
And it's quite recent.
And you don't know often head to head and team versus a Sedun Katia. Lana B versus Josevia Me. Justin Kodia versus Fifi Kote. And others. Yes.
It's difficult to do that because they haven't been to elections before.
Okay.
So are they a match up in elections before? Then you can attempt to do something like that. But at the moment, the main thing is that they will have to work as a team rather than individuals.
Okay.
And Nameka said they've elected very good, exposed politicians, but they need to make sure they work in a team. Over a conference, of course, will keep Kusno, and NDC will Hokakra, and import the last 2 weeks to the main elections, how the campaign went. Now, no money meeting come on, make a try. Say, me say, tape, no, you need me a friend a leak tape. It was a campaign tape.
Yeah.
And a train, no, I mean, a day, no, or 2 days later, or no, I confirm me, say, it wasn't a leak tape. It was actually, if you listen to the voice well, yani aye radio kakrapeno, ube said the person who recorded was actually a campaign member. It wasn't someone sitting somewhere.
Yeah.
The voice was too clear and all that. We have pictures now, so you could see it was coming from the campaign.
And that strategy, I work here, my general.
Yes, I think it was a last-minute strategy. It actually came from the campaign team. You should watch it closely.
Okay.
So, I'm just looking at the first 2, 3, 4 months after the elections, how they set up as a team, and then we can begin to look at the two teams comparatively.
I don't remember work on Mimisawi. Party in power, yana apathy. Na by yan reme. We a minister, me call her Mwame. We a DC, you were booming kwasia. We were did jame, MP we, wa me boano ye campaign so and fime. And to do what I mean, Cotraba, mean quite campaign be away when he to cram in family shame. And no a party in power problems. And this what power be to warm, MPP what power is to be see. Party in opposition there, Mumwa and Yambra Bemuni about be abedidi. A better will be any be. A Diana party opposition now cano, a die, a wasro, a chain on my wabemo. 2024, like I say.
Well, unfortunately for the NDC, that's one of the things that the way, let's say, experienced people are Ayana Unya. because they cannot also say that we'll do something that they haven't done before.
Okay.
They have been there before. Unfortunately for them, if you look at the members, near our country or no, will be our last 4 years, last 8 years. Ezeduketia was there. You know, unless maybe he's saying I will change from.
Is there now with the different shoes? National chairman.
Yes, he was there.
Okay.
Ifikote has been there. We know them. I think one of the best persons on the team is Yamin. Among for Inimniye, but he has that kind of organizational skill.
Okay.
And I think he's going to be very useful.
Yeah.
But aside from that, the former president himself has also been there before.
Okay.
And so I think that both of them, although the NDC MPP would suffer more because almost the recent,
okay.
They've been there before. People know them, and they have that kind of in political you may say baggage, coming forward. And so it needs to be communication will be very crucial. And then please don't forget, NPP would not have the same candidate for presidential. And so whoever wins and how he manages the situation is also going to affect the system.
Okay. Dr. Tama, politicians, he edited to my bay. Many penina bre, a quatana ho, and I know Memenda, bear and upon on crown, dear to a moi, could see the next morning. Who is identia? Is there a strategy? And I yana beer, San or Mopeno, identia.
I don't know, Omwan in Nimipa, Nemo Mushimwa. Sometimes, Senya is here in your mouth, Maymuno. Todana strategically, no, say in Yuko from Kakra.
Okay.
Todan so I went to Munsem.
Yeah.
And all that. So,
and say the Panabre, Ubianco did you own.
I thought that in your mother, politics, in your mother,
okay. Chama for some of the going forward. Chama, I know
they know themselves quite well.
Yeah.
Omaya Juma together. Honestly, until the last minute, the 3 weeks to the elections, I know my babontin, na yente but in 1 or 2 jobs from each camp. And in between, I can say, I bring my to a banner radio and penny for as one thing is that significantly, if you look at the numbers, votes, significantly, over some people, that's why some kind of support within the party.
Okay.
And especially when you have some regional chairmen supporting him, you have to be very careful. And I've said this, and I'm saying it again. Normally, these things may not affect the presidential candidate that much. But if you go to the constituencies where delegates say we will wake up, it might lead to them voting someone for presidential candidate, not only the whole constituency and your party may not accept. And that's where they have to look at closely.
Doc, I want to know maybe, says I to say Ashanti region, there's a sharp division. The regional chairman, Augustus Andrews Nanakos, is supported of Swamp. The vice chairman, and the vice chairman, will be a name, no say, Captain Tabali, openly supported Sidun Katia. The General Secretary Edema NDC in Ashanti, Mwakuba Mwaku, and also so a supporter, Mwaku in supported of Swampofo. The Deputy Secretary, and also so Deputy Secretary, so a supporter Sidun Katia, and okay, can you know Bomwa as organizer anyway, organizer anyway, how will they work together with this victory?
They can work together. They can actually work together.
I know they can, but I'm asking how.
They have to sit after the election. Post-election management is very important. And on America says, careful. Even the delegates, they know themselves. So, then it will go into the constituency. Okay. In Ashanti region, it goes even beyond the Ashanti region executive. When you say Ashanti region, representatives on the national executives.
Okay.
And they also had no Yamin, Babra Sewa, and the others.
By Chamfor.
Aha.
Yeah.
So it goes beyond the national executives. And then within the constituencies, so Obia and baby Obia Freeba.
Okay.
And they shouldn't forget that Ashanti region, when it comes to the World Bank for NDC in terms of parliamentary and a Buta region.
Okay.
But if it comes to presidential, it is now becoming Greater Accra and Ashanti region.
So on that assertion, will you say, sir, Fifi Kote from Volta region, Yamin from Ashanti, Esediketia from Bonoahafo, Louisa Bisi from Bonoahafo, any Omono, Obeka say Ashanti region, NDC second stronghold, no? This time around, Omo rep, our national executive.
Oh, they have.
Okay.
They have. And beyond that, the Deputy Secretary, Barbara, is from Ashanti region.
Yeah.
They have.
Yeah.
And so all they need is to make sure they manage the situation such that and go beyond elections. No. But it's very difficult to do that. So amount for better amount for our peak. So they have to really manage it well.
As I think I just said, NDC are ready, say, Omobe Kuomo for power. So we are ready to die for power. I don't know what I am in Osamno, Mutracha, Manosamno, Obi Kansa, say, what you say.
Now or share a cooniding.
Okay.
So that they or show moon crying.
Okay.
Or show moon cry. But me per se, send I am mine moon some city and intino. If we now they have really elected vibrant politicians. And last time I mean Komeka Tremuse, I said Nketia is one of the smartest politicians around. GDA say a free cyber this is an internal election. They will have to watch their communication, all that, because anything small, because of social media, these days you don't need the radio stations. One, you're careful, Kakrabia, you ubet me say or campaign, no, any trend, no, any sending any person, and no, ebemua,
okay.
At the moment, your politics, you have to be very careful, especially when it appears we know the NPP's presidential candidates, but it is not too clear who becomes the presidential candidate for the MPP. But it appears we know that of NDC.
Okay.
It appears, and at this point, whoever emerges as the winner of the MPP presidential candidate, can change a lot of things. It can really change a lot of things.
Over advice will be what NDC mwene say always in the boot na uncontested President Mahama.
Oh, but we already know people have.
Now, will you advise after?
Yeah, they already have their shoes on.
After election, see any campaigner or more winning in a year, and in the Akos or Buamia, Minima President Mahama, Minima President Mahama. Will you advise somebody, say, Selano, or on pursue the dream?
The last time I spoke to you, I also mentioned that if you look at some of the members of the NDC, they are actually looking at 2028 more than 2024. And realistically, it appears the 2024, it will be very difficult for anybody to campaign and gather. But I don't want to, so I said it's very difficult. But in politics, you be able to miss it. Very difficult to beat President Mahama at the time within the party, especially coming from these elections. And if you look at the setup and what went on, it will be very difficult, that I must say. But I also feel that President Mahama also has only 4 years. And the takeover will start right after his election. People will begin to look at his seat. So I wouldn't be surprised at all, say, amount for Beba with the aim of preparing themselves for 2028.
Okay. Doctor Dr. Darius answer a senior lecturer history and political studies department at OK University and Edin Common. Now, Rebona or Cassa